NPC flood forecasting and warning system for dam operations for Ambuklao and Binga dams during extraordinary operation. When we say extraordinary operation, this is the time when NPC takes over the responsibilities of spillway gate operation for both Ambuklao and Binga dams from SNAPB. During this period, spilling operation may or may not happen. Any of the following three conditions should take place in order to be under extraordinary operation and for NPC to take over. First, when a tropical cyclone enters into or originates in the typhoon marking area 2 as indicated by the green boundary. Second, the accumulated amount of rainfall in any of the 5 telemetered rain gauge stations within the latest 24 hours exceeds 50 millimeters. The last condition states that there should be inflow of 500 cubic meters per second or more in Ambuklao Reservoir. 1 cubic meter of water is equivalent to 1,000 liters or 5 drums. Thus, 500 cubic meters is equivalent to 500,000 liters or 2,500 drums. During extreme weather disturbance, inflow in Ambuklao Reservoir can exceed 3,000 cubic meters per second. There are 3 cascading dams constructed along Agno River. Both Ambuklao and Binga dams are located in Benguet, while San Roque Dam is in Pangasinan. The normal high water level of Ambuklao Reservoir is 752 meters above sea level, while for Binga Reservoir, it is 575 meters above sea level. In terms of storage capacity, Ambuklao Reservoir has 121 million cubic meters, while Binga Reservoir has only 22 million cubic meters. San Roque Dam has 852 million cubic meters, which is the biggest among the 3. With the limited storage capacities of both Ambuklao and Binga dams, annual spilling operation is inevitable. There are equipment being used in flood forecasting and warning system for dam operations. One is the telemetered rain gauge stations. For Upper Agno, there are 5 rain gauge stations installed strategically, namely Badayan in Bugyas, Apunan in Kabayan, Bobok in Bukod, Ambuklao located in the reservoir, Binga, which is installed at NPC Flood Forecasting Office. Water level stations are also in place at the reservoirs. For the warning system, 1 warning station was installed each for Barangay Ambuklao and Barangay Tinungdan, and 2 for Barangay Dalupirik. To enhance the warning system, VHF communication network was established, whereby 14 VHF radios were placed at different sites, which include government disaster and risk reduction management offices like the provincial, municipal, and barangay DRRMOs. Ambuklao Dam has a total of 8 spillway gates, while Binga Dam has 6. These are sample photos of a spilling operation during gate testing. How does the flood forecasting and warning system operate during extraordinary operation? First, NPC conducts intensive basin monitoring through close coordination with Pag-asa and collects weather updates from different websites, simultaneous with hourly processing of water level and rainfall data from the telemetered stations, including plant discharges, to monitor hourly inflows in both dams. When based on the collected and forecasted data, the flood operation manager decides to conduct a spilling operation, dam discharge warning operation is commenced. Dam discharge warnings are disseminated through activation of warning sirens from the fixed warning stations and dispatch of the patrol vehicle to the downstream communities of the dams. Warning messages are broadcasted using the VHF radio communication network and also via text messaging. Dam discharge notices are also sent directly or via email to LGUs in Barangay Tinungdan, Barangay Dalupirip, Barangay Ambuklao, the provincial and municipal DRRM offices. For being a dam, NPC carries out the dissemination of the said warnings, while for Ambuklao Dam, Snap Benguet undertakes the same. The time of dissemination of these dam discharge warnings is based on the schedule of the spillway gate operation as directed by NPC to Snap Benguet. The purpose of dam discharge warning operation is to disseminate information to the public regarding the rising of water level of Agno River due to the release of water from the dam spillway for the concerned LGUs and residents to take proper actions in order to prevent damage to inhabitants. Two activities related to dam discharge warning are issuance and dissemination and notification. The FFWSDO office issues the dam discharge warning when such a condition as described exists upon the approval of the NPC Flood Operation Manager. Dam discharge warning number 1 is issued when it has been decided that the water will be released through the spillway. The dissemination will be at least 4 hours before the initial gate opening. Dam discharge warning number 2 is issued when the water release through the dam spillway has commenced. For dam discharge warning number 3, this is issued when the water release through the dam spillway is rapidly increased. This usually takes place when there is continuous heavy to intense rainfall brought by tropical cyclones or monsoons, resulting to rapid rise of inflow in the reservoirs. Dam discharge information may be issued and disseminated in addition to dam discharge warning when it is deemed necessary to disseminate supplementary information. During the issuance of dam discharge warnings, the following are also notified corresponding to the dissemination process: Pag-asa, barangay captains, local DRRMOs in the provincial and municipal levels. The termination of dam discharge warning operation is issued when the water release through the spillway has stopped. The following dam discharge warning messages are disseminated through the patrol vehicle and also via text messaging. Corresponding shorter warning messages are also broadcasted using the VHF radio, which will be discussed in the VHF Radio Communication Network presentation. Dam discharge warning messages are broadcasted first in Ilocano, then in Filipino. For dam discharge warning number 1, the content is: Daytoy ket umuna nga pakdaar nga nagapu iti opisina ti Binga Dam. Iti mabiit ket adanto may bulos nga danom ijay Binga Dam tapno agtalinaed ti husto nga kangato ti danom. Ti kaaddadag iti napigsa nga panagtudo ijay surong ti dam ti makigapu kadagitoy nga panagibulos ti danom. Pangaasi kuma amin dagiti masaknan iti saanda nga panagtalinaed iti karayan dati danom daytoy ket tumakkel iti mabiit. Then, this will be followed by Filipino version. Again, this is disseminated at least 4 hours before the initial spillway gate opening. Here is the content of dam discharge warning number 2. This is broadcasted when the initial spillway gate opening is commenced. When there is a need to rapidly increase dam discharge warning number 3 is broadcasted. The content is as follows. These are examples of notice of dam discharge warning operation given to agencies and LGUs.